Hi guys, welcome to Planetbase. This game has just been released on Steam. It was previously in closed beta, and I'm here today to give you a tutorial on how to start up your base and kind of be self-sufficient on the new planet that you have just landed on. So just a brief intro to what the game is about. It's actually a base building game set in space. So your colonists who just arrived on the planet have to build units to survive on that new planet. So what you need are things like oxygen, you need energy, you need food, you need medical supplies, so on and so forth. So I feel like the game is somewhat similar to RimWorld in the sense that it's also a base building game, which also, you know, propels you to a new planet where you have to live on and survive. And if you want to check out RimWorld, I have put the link to the link in the description box below. It's on sale at their own site. It's not on Steam yet, I think. So let's begin then, shall we? Yep. So you see here I have tried to start a few games on this planet, but I have failed miserably due to overexpansion, and then I can't sustain my colony, be it lack of oxygen, lack of food. Yeah, lack of food is the most important one to me, I feel. Let's go with this. So this is the starting planet. You can't go on to the rest until you have finished this. So it's just a basic starter planet. Highlight, so you can go with solar panels. Solar panels are how you obtain your energy. This will only work in the daytime because that's when you get the most sun. Atmosphere density is also high, which is good for wind turbines. So these are the two energy grabbing resources. Sandstorm risk is high, solar flare risk is low, meteor risk is low. So these three are threats that will occur to your base. Sandstorm risk, I haven't had this much, but it didn't affect my colonists that much. Solar flare, if they are outside and then you don't set the alert to get them in your base, they will get radiation, toxic radiation, and then they die, which is not good. Meteor risk, meteors might fall from the atmosphere and damage your base, so you have to look out for that. Again, I have not encountered this that much, so let's go with the tutorial. So here we have our spaceship landing on this unnamed planet. No wait, I named it tutorial. Yeah, the tutorial planet. Okay, so we have 7 colonists, 3 workers who will be coming out of the spaceship. Okay, right now. They are in blue, 3 workers, 2 biologists who are in green, engineer and a medic. I think it's in this order. And 2 robots. So the first robot we have is the carrier bot, who will transport your resources from one place to another, and then the constructor bot, who will use the resources and then construct the item that you want. So what we need to start off with will be the solar panel, which I think, yeah, it's good here. Here's a good spot. Solar panel. Next, power collector, which is basically a battery. You can change this in size using your mouse wheel. Of course, the bigger it is, the more resources it will utilize. I'll talk about the resources later. Let's make this a bigger one, I suppose. That's not bad. You can only place this down once the first structure has been done. So this is a good spot. So you have to link 2 structures together. These are the ones that are outside, exterior structures. So it's on the outside of your main base. While that is being constructed, let's look at our resources. You have meals, 25 meals, which is the food source for your colonists. They need to eat this or else they die of starvation. If you don't have a variation of meal types, let's say it's just veggies and no meat, and then they will get malnutrition from that, which is not good. Okay, let's move on to another exterior structure, which is the wind turbine. This can be placed somewhere here. I can also place a water extractor, which can be put here. So we just connect everything. Connect. Okay, back to the resources. We have 28 metal. This is used when you want to build new structures. Bioplastic, the same goes for it. It's also a structure resource. Medical supplies are what is used to treat your colonists when they have illnesses, like when they break their legs or they have some sort of radiation poisoning. Spares are what I think is used to repair structures and your robots. I'm not too sure on that. If anyone knows, you can comment. Connection has been built. Our wind turbine is up and our water extractor will be up. Okay, so we have the main power grid. Let us build our first airlock, which should be here. The airlock is basically the entrance of your base. It can only be connected once. This connection does not count because this is just the power grid being connected to your airlock. The connection will start from the... Oops, not this. It will start from the oxygen generator, which I can only place after they pop that thing down. You can fast forward by pressing the plus sign on your keyboard, minus sign to decrease speed, adjust accordingly to whatever speed you want. This is a good spot. Connect the two. So you can see that there's no oxygen in this. The oxygen generator has to be constructed and the passageway has to be up before oxygen can flow from one unit to another unit. You can also fast forward the game from this button here, adjust speed, plus, minus. Okay, it's still being constructed. Done. Alright. Okay, now you see the passageway has to be connected. It has to be all be enclosed. So it's red now because there's a lack of oxygen. So it's slowly building up the oxygen storage before it can pass through and then fill up the space in the airlock. Moving on, what we need now are the places for your colonists to work at, to eat, work, sleep. First, our cafeteria, which I like to put this as one of the main entrances, sorry, not entrance, main areas, main communal areas where the rest of the units will be connected to. Let's explain the rest. The canteen has just been placed down by me. The dormitory is where your colonists sleep at. Biodome is where you grow your vegetables and plants. The vegetable and plants will be used to support your meals. So it can be converted into meals. Processing plant is when your raw resources are converted into metal and bioplastic. Bioplastic is made from starch, which is a byproduct of the starchy vegetables that you can plant later. So, okay, next one. Multi-dome, this is where your colonists go to, you know, rest and relax after a hard days of work. They can work out there and they can just stare into space, which is also a form of relaxation, a downtime of sorts. Storage is where you keep all your resources. If it is placed in the open, the resources start to disintegrate slowly. It starts to decay. If you place it in a storage unit, then the decay, of course, is much slower. Sick bay, where you treat your colonists. Lab, this is where you grow synthetic meat, which is also what I mentioned earlier. Your colonists need vegetables and meat. Your medical supplies are also produced here. Control center, this is where you can set alerts for your colony. Okay, wait. This has just been constructed, your canteen. Let's look further into this. You press tab to lower the tops. Okay, structures out of oxygen. It's still being transferred. So click on this button once you have selected your unit. We place a table for 4, a drinking fountain, which I can put it here, yep, and then a TV for them to watch the news. The rest can be placed later. So we have this up. Next we shall build the biodome, I guess. Yep, biodome. I can put this here and connect it. This is where we will plant and grow our vegetables. I can also start building my dormitory. You have to note that the dormitory is a dead end, so meaning other units cannot be connected to this after. It's like a one-way thing. Sick bay is also a dead end. So let's see if I can place it somewhere here. Alright, got it. Let's connect it up here. Actually, to be honest, let's just get rid of this. I like my biodome to be bigger so that I can grow more vegetables. That should be fine. We're still at a good level for our metal and bioplastic. Try to keep it above 8, I guess. 8 for both. Our meals are starting to go down. Not to worry about that yet. Okay, once you have sort of set everything up, you can recycle your ship. And then you will get all of these resources dumped on the ground. Ta-da! So it's all here. So it's all in blocks. Metal is blue, bioplastic is green, your meals are in red, health kit, medical supplies are in white, spares are light blue. Yeah, that's about it. Connect the biodome. Alright, our dorms are set up. So let's look at our status. We have 7 colonists. Shift to place multiple. So I like to start it right near the door so that I have ample space to place it all around. So each bed can accommodate for 2 people. So we have to place, hold shift, click 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. We have 8 beds, which is enough for 7 people. You could also stagger it with 6 beds, 3 beds first, because they can take turns to sleep, but we might as well just go with 4 first. Alright, these are all done. I'm still waiting for my biodome. Yay! So your drinking fountain is set up, your TV is set up. Let me explain the management tab. So here you have your stats, which shows you, it's like a snapshot of everything that you own. Our welfare is very low right now because we haven't accommodated for all of their needs. Some need water, some need sleep, the beds are not really built yet. We have 7 colonists. As mentioned, I have 3 workers, 2 biologists, 1 engineer, 1 medic, 2 robots, carrier and constructor. These are your resources. You can basically see it over here. This has not been built yet. Alright. Second is the chart, which I won't really touch upon because we haven't started on resource production, so we can't really see that stuff yet. Okay, this is your grid. This is basically your power grid, your utilities tab. This shows your power usage. It consumes 12 kilowatts and produces 39 kilowatts. This is how much we have stored in our big battery. 7,100 odd out of 12,500. Water is also at a good ratio. We are consuming 1.25 when it produces 3.39. We don't have a water storage right now because water is not of the essence. Power is more important at this stage. Oxygen too. We have 7 people and the oxygen accommodates for 20 people. So everything is all stable right now. You can click on this to enable all structures and this to disable, but we won't do that because we want to survive. Alright, this is being constructed. It's done. Well, not really. We have to wait for the connector. Okay, has been done. Now, what to select to plant? These 2 are starchy vegetables. They produce 2 units of vegetables and 1 starch unit. So starch is used to produce bioplastic. These 2 are for fast production and high maintenance. The rest are normal speed and normal maintenance levels. This is a super slow production and super low maintenance. These are just your normal vegetables. They are 3 units each. They produce 3 vegetables each. Your medicine, which can be used to produce medical supplies. And then pine trees are what helps your colonists to relax. So I like to go with 1 pea pad, 1 rice pad. Can I place this here? Yep. And then 1 tomato, 1 lettuce. Medicine we can plant later on, it's not that important. Alright, everything seems to be set up. Our dorm is up. Alright, medical bed. So we don't really need that much, just go with 1 at the moment. Now, what else can we produce? our needs are all being met. Now we just need to go for the processing plant, which I like to put it next to the biodome. It doesn't have to be big, it can be the smallest. Right. And then you connect it. So this building will be where your starch and then your metal ore will be produced into metal and bioplastic. To get metal ore, what we need will also be a mine. The mine is over here. It needs to be placed at the base of a mountain, which I'm trying to locate right now. Where is a good spot? Yes, this seems fine. Okay, you will note that we can connect this, but this is not a enclosed passageway. Let's try to turn this around. Bed has been built. Okay, so we can accommodate for all of our colonists right now. They can all take a nap at the same time. What I have found that is that you don't need to build all the tables to facilitate all of them. They eat at various intervals. They will all be using it at one point or another, but not at the same time. This is still being constructed. I'm still waiting for my food. Okay. Processing plant, we can wait until we get the resources needed to produce our metal and bioplastic. Okay, what else can we get? Multi-dome is for rest and relaxation. Same goes for the bar. Storage, lab, control center. Yeah, I've covered most of it. How's our energy doing? It's not too bad. We can survive during the night. How is the wind strength? Not too shabby. Okay. If you want trading ships or new colonists to arrive here, you can build a landing pad. But we can just save up for that. It doesn't have to be built right now. Okay, so we have got our stuff up. Tomato, lettuce, rice, and your pea pad. I'm mature. So you can see here, it's a starchy vegetable, so it produces 2 units of vegetables and 1 unit of starch. Same goes for the rice pad. Tomato pads, 3 units of vegetables, 3 units of lettuce. Once we have this up, we can start to build the meal maker, which I can place over here. As of now, you can't really rotate your your units. Back to the vegetables. This is your condition, the condition of the vegetables. As long as it is good or higher, it will be full bar at excellent. If it's good or higher, then it will continue to produce vegetables. If it's low or really very bad, then the plant is basically dead. It cannot produce anything for you. So you need to have biologists who tend to your plants. They will keep it at good condition, excellent condition, like what it states here. This is the bar which shows your progress in producing the resources. it uses 0.5 kilowatts of power, 0.25 of water, and this is the characteristics, the traits of this particular vegetable. Meal maker has been built. Okay, let's go into this tab. So you can see our meals are slowly going down. We have 1 unit of ore, 15 metal, which is decreasing as well. Our bioplastic is also going down. Medical supplies and spares are constant. It has not been used yet. Alright, so we can produce ore because we have, we can produce metal because we have 1 ore unit. So we can place this down to build, and we don't have starch yet, so let's just wait for that. So for work roles, your medic will be stationed to the sick bay, and also for the lab if you have built it. Workers will be allocated here for your processing plant to produce your natural resources into metal and bioplastic. Biologists will tend to your garden here. Your workers will also be at the mine getting ores. We might as well build the lab right now. So you see, this is the production line. You consume 1 ore and it has to be worked on by a worker, which produces metal. Has it been harvested yet? It's taking too slow. If you are currently lacking in one particular resource and you need it to be produced faster, or you need your specialists to work on it and not dilly-dally somewhere else, then you can click on the building and then you press this button. This will prioritize work in the structure. So I've done this, and you look, there's a indicator sign above the vegetables. The carrier bot has just fed an ore into the metal processor. So we just have to wait for a worker to come in and work on this before we can get our metal. Our food, our meal resource is still at a good level. We have 7 people and that should last us for 1 more day. Until then, after then, our vegetables should be done, which can be fed into this meal maker. So the meal maker works in the way that your vegetables and meats are put into there, and then it's converted into a meal unit, a meal resource. Your colonists will grab the meal from this maker and then nom nom it at the table there. So far so good. We have 2 units of ores, 14 metal, 6 bioplastic, still the same number of medical supplies and spares. Oh look, we have 3 veggies. You always need veggies to help with your poops. Okay. Here we see the workbench, which we can produce medical supplies, which we need the medical plant for. As of now, not important. We can produce vitro meat here. Tissue synthesizer. It takes up one bioplastic. So we can set it down here. As mentioned earlier, your colonists will require a good mix of vegetables and meat so that they don't get malnutrition. This tissue synthesizer will help with the meat production, and the veggies should be good. Let's try to look at this. Yep, so every time the production has been completed, the food resource, the vegetable resource, will just be popped onto the floor, and then either your workers or any other colonist who is around and free will transfer this to the meal maker. So you can see it's all filled up right now. Some of the vegetables have been converted into meals, I think. Either that or they took the meals from this stack and then placed it into the meal maker. But I doubt it. That's what's happening. That is what is happening. At this point, we might as well create the storage because I don't want all of these resources to decay too fast. Where can I place this? Maybe that's not such a good idea, because our bioplastic is quite low. Metal still looks good. Oh right, I forgot to make the bioplastic processor. So we just place this down here. It will utilize this, which is starch, and then produce it into bioplastic. Let's look at our stats. We are at good welfare levels. Our prestige is still quite low. Colonists are still alive. No one has died yet. Thankfully. And then bots still available. Yeah, so far so good. Oh great, okay. So this is red right now because it's at night, and then we are not producing as much as we consume because our solar panel is not working at night, obviously. Power storage is slowly going down, but not too bad. I think we can last the night with 6,000 or so. Oxygen still stable, water stable. Ta-da! We have reached self-sufficiency. You now have the structures in place to sustain your colony. So this is the basics of what you need to survive. If you want to go further and better and expand and grow, there will be problems with your management. So you have to take it slow, one step at a time. Such as if you want more people to help out with the garden, you obviously need to build to accommodate for them. You need more beds, you need more food, you need more medical supplies, so on and so forth. So I hope this helps, and I should be making a let's play of this so that you can see me fail once I reach the upper tiers of this particular planet. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!